In New York, where in the last few minutes Sam Bankman-Fried has been sentenced to 25 years for what's been called one of the biggest financial crimes.
Billionaires who are currently rotting in jail. Throughout human history, wealth and power have frequently served as a shield against the results of legal proceedings. On the other hand, there are instances in which billionaires, even though they have political connections and financial empires, yet find themselves incarcerated, only to be brought down by their faults. Some of these individuals formerly governed industries, commanded global influence and lived in luxurious luxury. However, they have since fallen from their positions.
Hi, Candace. Well, after 10 months since the day that Peter Nygard was convicted on those 4 counts.
In this video, the billionaires who are currently serving time in jail are discussed, along with the crimes they committed, the trials they went through, and the effects of their incarceration. Sean Diddy Combs, the rise and fall of a music industry powerhouse. Sean Diddy Combs, who is widely considered to be one of the most prominent individuals in the music and entertainment industry, has recently been placed in jail as he awaits trial on various accusations. These charges include sex trafficking, racketeering, and fraud. At this time, the hip-hop billionaire is being held in custody in a jail in New York City. His business encompasses not only the creation of music, but also apparel and alcoholic beverages. The allegations and charges that have been made. Diddy's fall from grace began when several lawsuits and criminal investigations were filed against him, alleging that he was responsible for carrying out a huge network of exploitation. Authorities at the federal level have established a connection between him and a string of events that involve abuse, coercion, and financial malfeasance. Even though his legal team is continuing to battle these claims, his odds of being found not guilty continue to be dubious, despite the accumulation of evidence and testimony. As a result of his arrest, Diddy removed his Beverly Hills mansion, which was valued at $61.5 million, from the market. He did this out of concern that the property's value would decrease due to its affiliation with his legal issues. Brands have distanced themselves from the disgraced entrepreneur, which has resulted in considerable reputational damage for a number of his commercial enterprises. What remains to be seen is whether he will return to his former level of power or whether he will serve a lengthy sentence. Sam Bankman-Fried, the cryptocurrency king, who is currently behind bars.
The cryptocurrency exchange FTX, which made him a billionaire before it collapsed in spectacular fashion.
Sam Bankman-Fried SBF, the founder of the cryptocurrency exchange FTX, which has since been shut down, was previously hailed as a trailblazer in the realm of digital finance. It was through his untidy hair, informal dress, and assurances that he would revolutionize cryptography that he cultivated the image of a peculiar genius. But his stratospheric rise was only matched by his disastrous collapse, which sent shockwaves through the financial industry. His fall was the only thing that could match his meteoric rise. The collapse of the House of Cards occurred in November 2022, when it was discovered through investigations that Bankman-Fried had been the mastermind behind one of the most significant financial scams in the history of the world. In a covert operation, he had transferred billions of dollars in customer deposits from FTX to his trading firm, Alameda Research. He then used the money to cover risky wages, political donations, luxurious residences, and even celebrity endorsements. As a result of the collapse of the plan, FTX filed for bankruptcy, which resulted in the loss of more than $8 billion in customer cash and shook faith in the cryptocurrency industry. A comparison was made between the fraud and Bernie Madoff's Ponzi scheme, which brought to light the vulnerability of the cryptocurrency market, which is mostly unregulated, and prompted regulators all over the world to enhance their level of scrutiny. According to the verdict, Bankman-Fried was found guilty of 7 charges of fraud and conspiracy in November 2023, following a trial that lasted for 1 month. In spite of the fact that his defense argued that he was only an inexperienced business person who made poor choices, the jury decided that he was convicted of intentionally deceiving investors and misappropriating funds. In March of 2024, he was given a sentence of 25 years in prison, and it was ordered that he pay $11 billion. This was one of the most significant financial fines in the history of modern times. His activities were referred to by the judge as a brazen fraud of unprecedented scale. There was a time when Bankman-Fried was a regular at high-profile events, where he would rub shoulders with celebrities, politicians, and tech moguls. However, suddenly he is confronted with the harsh realities of life behind bars. His days of high-stakes trading, private aircraft, and penthouses worth multiple millions of dollars have been replaced by a prison uniform and a regimented daily routine. This unfortunate event serves as a cautionary tale for the cryptocurrency sector, demonstrating not just the perils of unbridled ambition, but also the severe repercussions that can result from engaging in unethical financial behaviour. Having gone from being a business magnate to a political prisoner, Sun Da-woo. The Chinese Communist Party CCP was responsible for the dismantling of Sun Da-woo's agribusiness, which he had grown into one of the most prosperous in China. Sun Da-woo, a wealthy farmer and businessman, was the one who established the company. His detention, in contrast to that of the other individuals on this list, is widely regarded as being politically motivated, as it is a direct result of his vocal criticism of the administration. There were other charges against Sun, including picking quarrels and provoking trouble, unlawful fundraising, and impeding government operations. In July of 2021, Sun was given a sentence of 18 years in prison for these offences. His conviction was framed as a legal matter by the authorities, but many observers feel that it was part of President Xi Jinping's larger campaign on private businesses and important businessmen who were viewed as challenges to party leadership. Since Sun's incarceration, his company, Hebei Daewoo Agriculture and Animal Husbandry Group, which was once a significant employer and economic generator, has been in a state of complete and utter degradation. Some members of his family have been jailed or placed under severe monitoring as a result of the legal investigation that has been conducted on them. This case exemplifies the hazardous position that successful business people find themselves in when operating in authoritarian regimes, where even enormous riches and significant contributions to society do not provide any protection against political prosecution. The story of Peter Nygaard, who went from being a fashion mogul to a convicted abuser. Peter Nygaard, who was once a fashion mogul worth billions of dollars.
Today, Justice Robert Goldstein sentenced Peter Nygaard to 11 years in prison.
Gradually constructed an empire over the course of several decades, only to have it fall apart under the weight of heinous criminal claims. His fall from grace offers us yet another cautionary story about the dangers of power, wealth, and abuse that goes unchecked. Charges of criminal offence and a legal battle? Nygaard was found guilty of many charges of sexual assault and abuse as a result of his conviction in 2024. During the investigations, it was discovered that he exploited vulnerable women and minors by utilising his riches, influence, and promises of modelling chances. During his trial, it was found that he had engaged in predatory behaviour for several decades, and analogies were made to other disgraced personalities such as Jeffrey Epstein and Harvey Weinstein. Notwithstanding the fact that additional allegations against Nygaard are still ongoing in New York, Winnipeg and Montreal, he was given a sentence of 11 years in jail in Canada in October of 2024. His business, which was once a formidable force in the fashion industry, has fallen apart, and his name is now connected with one of the most distressing scandals in the history of the industry. It is almost certain that Nygaard will spend the rest of his life incarcerated because he is currently in his twilight years and is currently serving his sentence. His once opulent world, which was characterised by expensive parties, private islands and luxurious mansions, has been replaced with the harsh reality of a prison cell. Conclusion. The cases of Diddy, Sam Bankman-Fried, Sun Da-woo and Peter Nygaard serve as powerful reminders that wealth and status do not place individuals above the law. While some, like Sun Da-woo, are victims of political persecution, others have rightfully faced justice for their financial crimes, exploitation or abuse of power. These stories also reflect broader societal issues, from the dangers of financial fraud and regulatory failures to the ongoing fight against exploitation and corruption. As the legal systems across the world continue to evolve, the idea that billionaires are untouchable is increasingly being challenged. Justice in these instances has prevailed, proving that even the most powerful individuals can fall from grace and end up behind bars. If this video resonates with you, like, subscribe and leave a comment to share your thoughts.